about a 2-acre campus here on the corner of River Street and Highway 1, focused on connecting individuals and families on their pathway to permanent housing. Individuals and families that find themselves homeless or unsheltered, and helping them with services on their path to permanent housing. So HSC provides a number of programs, both residential programs here on our campus. It includes a Rebele Family Shelter, which is a shelter for families, up to 28 families or 90 individuals, for 3 to 6 month stays, where we connect them with supportive services to help them reintegrate in the community and find permanent housing. We also operate a 40-bed emergency shelter called the PolyLoft for men and women, and that's connected to a hygiene bay, a shower facility. We're one of the only places in the county that has showers that are open to the public. We know that's really important for public health as well as someone's own sense of well-being. We also operate a transitional housing program called Page Smith Transitional Housing, and for 40 adult individuals, and someone is actively working on a housing plan. We also operate a 12-bed Respite Care facility, medical care facility. Those 12 beds are for people that otherwise would have been discharged from the hospital into maybe a precarious situation. They're homeless. We support 260 people in the community, so we offer quite a bit of community-based supportive services. That includes case management, kind of connecting people with whatever support services they need, primary health care, behavioral health care, substance use treatment, and then even on the front end of that is the housing navigation, helping someone prepare themselves for landlord interviews, do a lot of landlord engagement, talking to landlords about the benefits of Section 8 vouchers, and supporting that individual or family after they've been housed. We've housed over 700, I think it's 706 people as of last week. The most medically vulnerable, chronically homeless, so that's someone who's been unsheltered or homeless for a long time, a year or more. The trend in homelessness across the country has been downward sloping. There's been a decrease in overall national homeless rates. Last year, we saw our first increase nationally in homelessness, and it was directly attributed to the increase in California. The correlation that communities are starting to research and see is a direct correlation between housing costs, rental costs, cost of housing, and increases in homelessness. A mother's staying in our family shelter right now, and she was renting an apartment for the last 5 years for $1,050 a month, almost $1,100 a month. Single mom supporting 2 kids. A new owner came in, bought her apartment, and her rent went up to $1,600 a month. She went through all of her savings and lifelines trying to pay that rent, and then found herself not without any lifelines left. The critical things that someone needs to thrive in a new housing situation who are homeless today are 4 things. So more affordable, very low income housing, a way to pay for housing. We need landlords that are willing to say yes to a Section 8 voucher, but would have the peace of mind and confidence of knowing we're here as a case management and supportive team on the other end of a phone, or being on site if they need our support. So that 4th leg of the stool then would be the case management and supportive services to help that individual or family stabilize and be successful in their new housing placement. Homelessness is a drain on the public's purse. It's very expensive for a community to have people experiencing homelessness in their community. It's an expensive revolving door of the emergency room and jail time or ambulance transport, whatever it might be. On average, there's a famous study written by Malcolm Gladwell called $1 Million Murray, and they recognized that this one individual was costing a community almost $100,000 a year in emergency services. We have our own $1 Million Murrays here in Santa Cruz. It's not only the right and compassionate thing to do as a caring community, it also makes good business sense.